LED fingerboard on the Ztar DLX can be configured to light up a VU meter on each string as it's plucked, showing not only which string you're playing, but the force with which it's being played. This creates an eye-catching dynamic display that follows your picking hand. To set this up, each of the 6 string triggers need to be set to dual triggering mode. This means that they still function as string triggers, but will also send an additional MIDI message at the same time. The MIDI messages used to trigger the VU meter effect on string triggers 1 through 6 are CC numbers 24 through 29 respectively. Here's how to set this up in the preset edit menu. On the Ztar, presets are called songs. Select the song you want to set up for the VU meter effect, and then press the edit key. Next, press the button under sensors. The text in the upper left corner shows you which sensor you're currently editing. You can click on the button above this text, and then use the up and down arrow buttons to select the first trigger, displayed as Trig 1. Alternately, simply pluck whichever string trigger you wish to edit, and the display should chase to the setting page for the last plucked trigger. We'll start with trigger 1. Press the button above Mode, and use the up and down arrow buttons to set it to Dual. Then press the button under Events. On this page, we want to make several settings. First, press the button above Play Function, displayed as PL Func, and set it to Continuous Controller, shown as Const-CL. Then press the button under the Events section in the lower left corner. Up to 8 different events can be configured here. The events are abbreviated as EVT1, EVT2, and so on. With the cursor blinking on the event number, you can use the up and down buttons to scroll through the 8 events to see if anything is already configured. For now, we only want to set up event number 1. Pressing the button under the Events section a second time moves the cursor to the other side of the colon, and now you can use the arrow buttons to select the type of event you want to send with each string pluck. You want to set this to User, which allows you to specify your own MIDI continuous controller number. With event 1 set to User, next press the button under the MIDI channel, represented here by the letter CH, followed by a number from 1 through 16, representing the 16 available MIDI channels. Lighting commands for Ztar LED fingerboards will always be on channels 15 or 16. In this case, we want to set it up for channel 16. Next, press the button that's underneath and slightly to the right of whatever CC message is currently displayed. And now you can scroll up or down through the available messages. Note that continuous controller numbers that have a parameter assigned to them in the general MIDI specification will be labeled with the name of the message, and others will simply show CC followed by a number. You want to set it to CC24. Set up the 5 remaining strings with these same settings, except use CC number 25 for string trigger 2, CC number 26 for string trigger 3, and so on. If, when you pluck the strings, the VU meter effect still isn't displayed, you may need to set the MIDI output port for each of the 6 triggers. Press the Edit button again, and you should see the word Output displayed above the 3rd button on the bottom row. Hit this button to enter the output settings. In the upper right corner, you'll find the settings for the MIDI output port. You want to set this to R, which is the MIDI port that sends commands to the LED fingerboard rather than out of the MIDI jack. Repeat this for all 6 triggers, and now you should be all set up with the VU meter effect on each string. Be sure to save your preset by pressing the right button.